welcome. This is a session of the Divining Hour, the Twilight show. We're going to begin in a few minutes. I'm going to sage a little and wait for some people to join. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. It's a quiet evening. I'm not sure if people will show up, but we'll wait a little bit. Oh, there's somebody. Hi, welcome. I'm going to begin this evening's show. It's called Serendipity. And I wanted to take some time through this, Mercury retrograde and bring you some energy that will help bring a little bit of joy into your life. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. We'll begin with the sign of Aries. So the card is Know You Belong. Hi everyone. Oh, nice to see you. Okay, I'm gonna do first I'm gonna do each individual sign, Christina. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull a sign for each individual person, and then I'll draw questions at the end of the show after I do all the readings. Okay. So you can think about what you want to ask. You may have your question answered through the reading on your sign. So we'll begin with Aries, and with Aries here, we have a very beautiful lynx with wings. So I'm feeling very much you're being angelically divided between a couple of things right now. I feel like there's some separation with some friends and family within this. I'm not exactly sure what is going on here, Aries, but there seems to be a little separation or possibly some difficulties through this Mercury retrograde. So let's see now what we can bring out for you. Oh, I'm going to turn this music off. Sorry, guys. I'm chatting away with that music on. Probably distracting. So I want to bring in for Aries now what is going to help them. I hope all the cards want to come out. Of course. So you have the High Priestess. This is beautiful energy. So you belong in the High Priestess. So with Aries here, I'm feeling like, I feel like standing your ground is important. With the lynx, they're very territorial. They know what's going on in their environment. Just like the High Priestess here, I feel like there's some hidden energies that you were unaware of that is causing some disruptions right now. And so the way to deal with this is to, I feel like when you have knowledge of the hidden energies here, Aries, this is the time you can delve in deeper and see things for what they are. When there's truth in something, this is what I'm getting. When there's truth in any situation, you can handle it no matter what it is. So I feel like people have been deceiving you quite a bit in and around you. And hi, John. I will be doing readings pulling cards for anybody who wants to ask. I'll stay online for people who want to ask questions afterwards, okay? So first I'm going to go through the astrological signs. So with this here for Aries, I'm sensing that there's hidden energies that you're pulling out. And this is what this shadow period is all about, actually, I'm sensing. So within this shadow period, be cautious that you're not going to let these secretive things get under your skin, I'm feeling. That's one thing I feel like you have to sort of emotionally see it and master the energy through the High Priestess energy, okay? You have to master what's going on within your life. If you're letting the emotions just ride you wherever you're going to go, then you're never going to be able to put your will to where you want to. That's the energy that I'm getting there for you, Aries. Okay? So we're going to move into Taurus now. Let's see what Taurus has to deal with bringing in some joy with this Mercury retrograde. Surrender to the flow. So you may have had a lot to contend with on your plate, as of late, Aries, and I feel, sorry, not Aries, Taurus. I'm sensing that you may be dealing with an Aries here. So someone may be, you may be working at your own pace, I'm feeling. And this is how your creativity comes out. And I feel like it is, like, if you look at this card, it's coming out like the fall time, but it's winter looking, you know? So, and yet there's still this ladybug here. So there's some, I feel some good luck coming in for you, Taurus. So let's see what else is going on here with your lucky situation this fall. Like, feel like just like right now, Hermit. Okay, so you have the Hermit. Another card popped out. I'm going to just take it. Balance and Hermit. I felt like it kind of was calling to me. I didn't look at it, but I felt like that's it. So what you have here, Taurus, going on is that, you know, in your reflective state, in going inward, you, if this is where the luck is going to come out, is when you take time for yourself. When you take time for yourself, it brings in balance. It brings in the energy that you correctly see things. You know, what I'm sensing here too is a little bit of hidden energies. First of all, I'm feeling like some Kundalini energy awakening. So what that means is that creative energy building up and having the spiritual knowledge to apply it correctly. So I'm sort of sensing that come out. Another thing is I'm sensing there may be some jealousy in and around you, but that may be what trying to pull you away. So the joy is to sit in this peaceful state. And in those quiet times is when that energy is going to come in, I'm sensing. Okay, so now we're going to go to Geminis. Honor Gaia. Okay, so Mother Gaia, the goddess Gaia, she looks after and nurtures. Oh, this is, I feel like what I'm getting here, Gemini, is that you guys are in need of a little bit of healing right now. So I feel like a meditation with anything to do with Mother Gaia, you can go on YouTube. There's many of them. I haven't gotten to my meditation channel yet, but I will. I promise you guys I will do it. It will come eventually. And so for now, go on YouTube, use binaural beats. It's very important to use binaural beats and use the headphones with it. If you just listen to the music just like without the headphones, it doesn't do what it needs to in your brain. And there's a lot I can teach you guys about meditation. I will eventually do that, but I will see that I will see to that at another time. But for now, I'm telling you, just if you trust this, listen to binaural beats, meditate. I feel like with meditations with Mother Gaia in it. So when you go, I teach a class about this, and what this energy does is it allows a space for healing. When you allow Mother Gaia, when you surrender to her energy, it's very nurturing, very comforting, and very loving. And however she appears to you in your meditations, whether it be through sight or just knowing she's there, or hearing her, or just feeling it, I feel like this is extremely important for you right now to take some time for healing. You may have gone through an extremely stressful time, I'm sensing, Gemini, right now. And let's just see what other cards going on here. The Divine Masculine. So there may be somebody in your life right now that is bringing you some real positive energy coming through this quiet energy. I feel like this healing, this masculine energy is healing for you right now. You know, earlier I did a reading, and I recalled Geminis. It seemed to stick with me, and I remember feeling like there was like a division of two people, and one person was not good for you, and the other person is. But you find that one that's not good for you more exciting, more fun to go with. So I feel like that's what you do, and so what you were doing, and so you're realizing that this other person this week is coming in, this man that really loves you, or it could be women, but I'm really sensing man here, guys. So this is probably for the women. So this man's coming in and is helping you. It could be for the man as well. Could be a man coming in this energy, but this feels divine. So it feels like divine union coming in for you here, Gemini, to help you heal and help you connect in with your feminine energy and heal it. You have to heal it before you can connect with it. So you got to give yourself some time there with this healing stage through this Mercury retrograde. These shadows that come out, you know, it's not always pleasant to sit there and call yourself out on stuff. And so in these moments, when we are able to do that, it allows that release for it, and only then can it heal. And so if there's no space for that, you're going to hang on to it, and you're going to get so full you're not going to be able to allow energy into your energy field. So I'm telling you, you need to empty your cup. That's what that message is about. You need to allow the healing, nurturing energy, even if you don't believe in this kind of energy. I feel like anything that you believe in, whatever you feel is nurturing is fine. But if you're willing to take a chance and do meditations with Mother Gaia, I feel that's highly advisable for you now. All right, so now we're going to move into the energy of Cancer. Going to pull a couple of cards for Cancer. Wow, the whole deck would like to fall out. Just excuse me a second while I pick these up. Okay, so we have observe in silence. So right now is the time to what's going to be like bringing you peace. I feel like maybe you guys have been speaking a lot, saying a lot, doing a lot. So now just sit in the silence. And if you look at the coziness of this fox, like if you think about a fox they're so warm. They're so, like, if you've ever touched one or if you've ever felt the fur of one, the fox is so cozy and so warm. Like it deals with very cold temperatures. So you may be dealing with somebody who's really cold, and maybe the release and the where the peace comes in, this joyous feeling is in through this quietness. I'm going to pull one more card to see here what is going to go along with this energy. I feel like the story is going to change when I pull the next card. Let's see what's going on here. Queen of Cups. So you have, because you are quiet, I feel like the partner, I feel like this is maybe the masculine energy, possibly, but not always, so take it as it resonates, but this feels more like masculine energy here. This I feel like your partner is warming to you because you're being quiet now. You're actually like receiving energy instead. You're allowing the receptive energy to come in right now is what I'm feeling, Cancer. So this person that you're involved with, if you are involved with somebody, I feel like, for those of you who are, this person, your person is coming to you, I feel like, you know, raw. You know, they're like telling you the truth. So you're able to actually be quiet and hear what they have to say. You know, somebody told me this year something, a reminder of something I knew, but this is very important what I want to say about this silence card as well. I want to say, Cancer, that there's more healing in listening than there is in talking. That's the message. So whoever that's for, I mean, whether it's your partner, you take that as it resonates, as this is a general reading for everybody, right? So we're going to go to, well, for all Cancers. So now we're going to go into the energy of all Leos. In the end, I will pull a card for persons who have just joined and missed the introduction. At the end, you can prepare yourself for some questions. I'll have an open, I'll pull one card for each person, okay? As much as I can. As long as we have small groups, I can do it. Can't do it if there's like lots, but do what I can, okay? Okay, so trust in magic, Leo. That's beautiful. Look at this beautiful card. Look at the energy of these crows. So this reminds me of Odin energy, of Odin's birds. There's like you know, I'm going to tell you, I feel like a message coming in for you. This is what I'm sensing. So I want to pull one more card to see what energy goes along with that story. See what this message is about. Oh, there it is. Two of Cups. Oh, well now, Leos. Oh, I'm going to take that card too, Mercury. So this tells me there's some unison. You guys are like meeting people. I feel like there's like a deepening of a connection here. Or you possibly could be, Leo, just meeting somebody during this Mercury retrograde that you will eventually have this love for. You know, I didn't want to take out the three, but I am going to, because I feel like it all goes together. So this is beautiful energy coming at you here during this Mercury retrograde energy. And there's communication. So maybe Also, possibly, I'm feeling that someone from your past that you've had that you maybe have just recently broken up with may want to come back into your life and say, I want to get back together. So that is a decision. You know, during a Mercury retrograde, it's always wise to wait. Okay, that's what I'm going to say to that, Leo. Always wise to wait. If the person comes to you and they're and you really feel that you love them. And hi Christina. I'm going to be pulling cards for people personally later once I go through all the signs. Okay. All right. So let's just see here. What else is going on? Oh, what am I doing here? I'm on Leo. Sorry, I got a little distracted, right? So let's see with Leo what this message is. Did I do Leo already, guys? Sorry, I got confused there. I'm trying to read. Did I do it? Did I finish it? Can somebody just say yeah? No, yeah. Did I finish Leo? Am I on to Virgo now? I think so. Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to Virgo, Leos. So if you guys want a question, you can ask after. Okay. So Virgos, let's see what's going on here, Virgo, with you. Your sweet spot down here with the serendipity moment. Follow the moon. Oh, you know, I on the side here, I pulled some moon cards out. So maybe later when we do the collective reading, I will use the moon cards. And so pay attention to the collective reading at the end when I've done all the signs. And then you can ask questions after. Okay, so here we have the moon. Pay attention to the moon signs. If you, Virgo, if you are know at all about magic and the moon cycles, even if you don't know about moon cycles, you might just want to download an app and check things out and just start to get involved with it. Your moon sign also, Virgo, could possibly be very important. So if you do not know your moon sign, I will put a natal chart up after, a free natal chart that you guys can hook into and calculate it if you know your birth time. I feel like your moon sign reading is more important than your sun sign. That's what I'm feeling here, Virgo. So you will want to know that. So that's the message that I got there, and I will just add another card to it and see what we can go with it. So on the 17th, it might be important for you as well. I'm feeling during this Mercury retrograde. With this, on the 17th, let me just see here. So that's next Sunday. I feel like that's an important day for you, Virgos. 9 of Cups. Oh, guys. This is beautiful. 9 of Cups is like the Star card, but like smaller. You get your wishes with love, with finances, with all kinds of energy. So you may be doing some magic here on these moon cycles, and whatever you're doing, it's coming to fruition. And I'm going to tell you, those with a Virgo moon sign, you will want to be doing this if you're into this. I feel like this is important because your energy is correct and you're going to manifest what you want. So I'd be doing that if I was a Virgo. I would tell you, like, I feel like that's very, very important for Virgos because you're going to get your wish. That's a nice little sweet spot for you guys this week. I feel like you should keep quiet about it. Don't tell people about it. Just do your thing. You know? That's what I feel. Well, however you do your magic, whether you think about it, whether you do candle magic, whether you just, whatever you do. Okay, guys? Like, you know? Okay, Libra. What do we got going on? What's your sweet spot for Libra? So Virgos, pay attention to the moon when I pull the moon cards out later. Okay, for the collective. Heed the messengers. So, Libra, you may be getting a lot of animal messengers. I feel like ground animals. I want to say, like, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I feel like this is rodents, like groundhogs, like could be possums, could be things like that, you know, maybe squirrels or that kind of thing is what I'm feeling. Hi, William, welcome. We're going to be pulling some cards later and doing individual signs first. So just hang in there if you want. I want to ask a question later. So I'm on Libra now, and so I'm feeling here like also feeling like winged messengers. So like birds. So what, you know, if you guys don't know much about animal totems, you might want to look up. If you're seeing an animal regularly here, Libras, I feel like you should look up, just Google, you know, whatever the animal is, and then totem after it, and it will give a list of what the animal represents and how it's going to, how you can work with its medicine. So that animal is showing up to give you medicine, all right, to give you healings. And so there may be some areas where you need to contend with some healing energy. So I'm going to see what else comes out here for you, Libra. You got the Two of Cups as well. Get out of here. Are you kidding me? Okay, so you guys, I feel like some of you Libras may be moving in together. I feel like it's a little bit different than the other card that I just read, but I feel like some of you are moving in together. You're contemplating moving in together. There's a good relationship, I feel, established. If it's not established, it will be, and it will rise up, and it does have like spiritual union. When you look, sorry about the glare there. When you look at the top of the lotus flower, this says to me that there is much passion here, much equality, and it's a good divine union. And this is a huge blessing for you. And you're going to know there's going to be like synchronicities, a lot of synchronicities with animals, a lot of animal signs is what I'm feeling there for you guys. All right. So we're going to move on to Scorpios now. Scorpios, what we got going on here? Whoop, my goodness. All right, we have the Vigilant. Okay, so, you know, it feels to me like you're coming out, like when I look at this card, it feels like there has been some real heat in your life, like some real, like, I feel like a lot of things going on here, Scorpio, like could be things with job, could be contention with job, could be contention with relationships, ending of a relationship, and I feel like also this is a message of healing. There seems to me like with this dragon energy around you, it's burning up whatever, like it's over. I feel like whatever is going on and what's ever happened in the past, if it's come back into your life, I feel like you're not going to accept that nonsense in your life. That's what I'm feeling. And there's where you're like, you put your will forward. I feel like that's where your serendipity is that, you know, you put your will forward and you're like, I'm not having this. No, not having it. I've let you suck me in too many times in the past. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. So we have the Ten of Swords. Yep. Look at, guys. If you go back, this is the energy that I'm feeling. This Ten of Swords is, okay, when in the traditional tarot, it's got like the person laying down with the knives, 10 knives, and 10 swords in its back. Well, that's what this, this is what this is. And this is, I feel, is behind you. And this is the card of where you're at now. So you're not allowing this anymore. And you know this, and you're confident. But you know what I feel? The other person doesn't know it yet. They're thinking that they're going to have an edge in your life, and it's not going to happen. And they're really seriously, like, they're like, well, that's going to happen. I got you wrapped around my finger. And you're like, no way. And I feel like for a lot of you Scorpios, it's a long-term relationship. So I'm sorry that's happening to you, but in a way, I feel like, you know, it took you a long time to get where you are. It took a lot of strength to get where you are. So good for you for actually, you know, working through that. And I feel like you get this like real happiness about when you do it. You find like, I did it. I finally broke free from that nonsense. So that's really good. Look at the card pops out again. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to take the same cards again for, now I'm going to go into Sagittarian. Okay, Sagittarius. Do you guys, I feel like you guys in general have a busy week ahead. I don't know why. Not just Sagittarius, but everybody. Feeling like a lot of that energy come down. Show that you care. Okay. So, Sagittarians, I feel like there's some energy here, a real nurturing energy as well coming through. I feel like divinely guided, you know, when I look at this, you know, coming from the ethers, this dragon coming out feels like there's some magic coming into your life that you're calling in. So if you are dealing with, I feel like family matters here, Sagittarian. I feel like if you've had difficulty, I feel like this magical energy, you know, like these magical beings that they live in worlds outside of us. They did at one time live on our earth, but right now they just don't like what we do, what we're doing and how we behave with them. But they're, when we're respectful, we can call them in. So I feel here, Sagittarian, that calling in the dragon energy, look how gentle that is, look how beautiful that is, and look how respectful it is. And I feel like you're calling this healing energy in for the situations that you have to contend with. I do feel like there's some energy that you're releasing. This is underneath you. This snake energy underneath you has, I feel like somebody's trying to like disrupt your peace, and it's not you're. I don't feel like you're doing it. You're just trying to live your life here and do your thing. But I feel like somebody behind the scenes is trying to disrupt your peace. Okay. Whoop. All right. Caught it. Yay. Ace of Wands. That's a great card. So listen, Sagittarian, as you're dealing with all of this, it doesn't matter what this person's doing. I feel like you cannot concentrate on that. You concentrate on the higher energy, on the spiritual energy, maybe connecting in with some elementals. Then this energy here is able to bring forward some financial ideas. I feel like you have some really good ideas. This is a time for you, Sagittarian, to take some time to put your ideas on from pen, like from here onto paper, and organize things and get things. I mean, I feel like you did this last month, but you're doing it again now, Sagittarian. And so you're detailing what you did before. That's what I'm feeling, and it's coming to an actual fruition. I feel like through this month. Okay, so that's really good. That's where if you concentrate on that, I feel like the love life will fall into place as well. And I feel like there's magical times during this week that you can ask for that energy to come in if it's not where you want it. That's the words I'm hearing. If your love life isn't where you want it, you can call it in. Okay. Try it. Might work. Let me know if it does. I mean, if you're involved with someone and your life isn't the way you like it, you can always ask for whatever you want, you know? Like it's that simple. If you want something and you vibrate to that energy and you hold it long enough, that vibration will magnetically come to you. And that person, if you're with someone, they will want to raise their vibration if you just hold it and you think good thoughts. If you're with someone, this is what I'm going to say about Sagittarian. I feel like the message here, I'm going to channel a little bit, is that important for Sagittarians to know that if you can't hold a good thought, a consistent good thought about your partners, and not criticize them in your mind while you're with them, then if you pick that seed out, then that's where you're going to find more joy. When you start looking at the good things instead of the other things, then I feel, because Sagittarians, I feel sometimes can be a little bit nitpicky like that in their own minds. They may not express it, but in their own minds. So that is actually an energy that you're creating that's creating some of that negative force. So these cards are saying that that's where you need to watch, and you keep that positive thing, and you're going to have complete joy through this Mercury retrograde. So that's really, good, because it's good advice because, for all of us, but for Sagittarians, especially right now, if you have a moon sign Sagittarian, you will really want to pay attention to that, because that comes out through the negative ego, expression of the negative ego. And so you want to, why that comes out is because that's where your highest soul potential is. And so when you're trying to express your soul, your negative ego is going to be like, no, I'm going to win this one. And it typically does. We fight to get that positive soul purpose out. And so Sagittarians, I feel like your goal is that right now. And part of it is your love life and peace within that. But how to get to that is through what we talked about. Yeah? Okay. So, Capricorns. Oh, there it is. Oh, stay strong. So I'm feeling here, Capricorn, that once again, contending with a lot of mixed things. I feel like family. I feel like a partner at the same time. There may be some situations here. I was also feeling this morning. It's coming out again tonight, so maybe there's more Capricorns here. I don't know, but I feel like it's important for you guys if it's coming out twice in one day, same with the Scorpio, then I feel like you need to pay real attention here. So, Hmm. There, it feels to me that there's like you're on watch. I feel like there's something here that you're on watch for. Okay. Whoop. The High Priestess. So there's hidden energies here, and I feel like you're on watch. And where your piece is that you, I feel like in the past you have made, you questioned your own like sanity with something. I'm sensing here, Capricorn. I'm not, this feels really heavy, I'm sorry, but I feel like this has to be said, because it feels like there's a lot of like heaviness, and I feel this like over like bearing, like I don't know what to do. But I feel like because you didn't have some information, and now that you had this, I feel like information's come out that's been extremely important for you to be able to put this forth, this high priest, and like to command the energy. So first the high priestess asks the right questions to pull out the correct energy, so that I feel like maybe you're talking to someone younger here, and you ask the right questions, and they actually come out and say what the actual issue is. And you're on watch because you're reading in between the lines. That's what I'm getting. You're Capricorn, you're reading in between the lines. You have a lot of magic. I feel like psychic ability at this point. Your psychic ability is very open. So you will want to trust your intuition. If you don't typically feel psychic, or whatever you want to call it, you know, intuitive. I feel like Capricorn's extremely intuitive right now. And so pay attention to that, okay? And there is where you're going to have like that peace come in, because you're going to see what's coming and you're going to know how to handle it correctly. All right, Aquarius. Oh my goodness. All right. Seek the lesson. Pardon me. So seeking the lesson. I feel like the wolf energy is contending with family, loyalty, trust. Trust. I feel like what I'm sensing here is that you trust yourself. I feel like you finally are saying to yourself, no, I know what I'm doing is right. I'm not allowing anything in my family to manipulate me. And I feel like you also protect them through this, because they're not seeing things the way they are. I feel like, oh, maybe it's not your family, maybe it's your partner, I'm not sure, but I feel like more family. So some of you could be partner, could be family. So take it as applies, as a general reading for, you know, all Aquarius is watching. So, or whatever your moon and Venus sign is. So what I'm sensing here is that loyalty to your family, to your partner, you're a very extremely loyal person. And there may be some misunderstandings that you're not really picking up, and you're starting to get what this is about right now. I'm feeling like you're psychically picking it up. So I feel like pressure in my third eye, pressure on my top of my head. Some of you may be suffering from like lots of migraines, or like, you know, when there's spiritual awakening, you know, we had to purify first. So those spiritual awakenings happen, and it can cause like a lot extreme pressure. You know, extreme illness, like colds, flus, that kind of thing as well. So a lot of people may be suffering from that type of thing right now, and you may be one of them. So you have the Page of Wands. I feel like you're bringing a message to somebody here, Aries. Typically it's the other way around, but I feel like you're the one bringing the message. You're like, nope, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do it, and that brings you the peace that you need. Oh, that's great. Well, sorry to hear that she's not watching, but you can share it with her. I mean, the video will be posted when it's done, so you can share it with her, Freya. Okay, Bonnie, we'll have afterwards, I'm going to pull cards for everybody, okay? So I'm just going to do Pisces, I'm going to do a collective reading, and then I'm going to pull cards. So just be patient with me for a little bit, because I'm going to go through all the signs first. All right, guys? And ladies? All right. So think about what you want to ask, and yeah. So here, Pisces, I feel a little reluctance of energy. I feel like clamming up, not talking. Respect your boundaries. So I'm feeling like you're not talking, like you're upset about something. I feel like you may just like want to give in to obsessive behaviors, or behaviors that are not good, healthy for you. Like I feel like a lot of like maybe drinking, like too much, like I feel like there's a lot of stress, a lot of situations going on, and so you're trying to find peace in that, and solstice in that, and I feel like it's gonna harm you more if you do that rather than actually say the boundary that you need to say. And so you don't want to say the boundary. I feel like you're afraid of losing something here. Pisces, if you say the boundary, you feel that, but I feel like you, in order to have, okay, we got the Eight of Swords here. So we have some contention going on with some feminine energy in and around you, Pisces. I feel like there's a lot of contention around you. There's misunderstanding. I feel like you have not set clear boundaries with people. And as a matter of fact, I'm feeling like you don't know what your boundaries are. This is what this is telling me. So when you set them this week, this is what's going to set this everything here straight that you're contending with. I feel like you're almost there. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, if you just go through it this week, at the end of the week, Pisces, I feel like this beautiful energy is going to come out where this peace will wash over you and the people that are around you. I feel like it's a rippling effect that's happening. It's quite interesting that I'm feeling, and it's very magical. You may even have like intense dreams. You may be dealing with time. You may be having gifts of jewelry, Pisces. You may have dreams of like unicorns and stuff of that nature. Is what I'm feeling. So that's really beautiful energy. So you may have peace more in your dream time. So maybe try to get more sleep this week. Also, I'm feeling Pisces, okay? Rather than, do those things that are negative towards you. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with having like a drink or whatever and having social friends and all that, but just watch how much you're doing it is what I'm feeling. I'm really sensing that for you. So if you guys are contenting with that, I really hope that you are managing that. And if not, you guys know what to do, right? So we're going to go into a collective reading here. I'm going to use the moon card signs. So because I was sensing earlier, I pulled out a couple of decks. So I'm going to pull this. First, for the collective, what is sort of the most important thing for us to be working with? This is the time to take action. New moon in Aries. Well, I don't think the new moon is in Aries, but we're going to pull in the energy of that because this is what it's telling us to do. Collectively, we should be applying ourselves into what we want. If you want something bad enough, you better go out and get it, because I feel like now that the things are going to pass you by. Okay, so whatever it is that we're directed to through your sun sign or whatever sign, I feel like now is the time to take the action that you need to take, including if it's no action. I mean, if your advice was to meditate, then do that. That's the time to do it. Don't procrastinate any longer about putting these things off. I'm feeling, I mean, you know what, you guys, obviously you can, but the consequences of it are going to be, I feel like, not good for you. These are the things that the guides are saying spiritually to push you through these difficult moments. That's why we put this energy here. So we have the Seven of Chalices. So there's a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes, a lot of ideas floating around in this group, in this collective conscious group that I'm feeling, that I'm reading for. I feel like your dreams are just like right there. I gotta say, like, everything that you're contending with is right there. So with this moving, it's time to take the action to get the things that you've been dreaming of. Okay, so the Egyptian energy coming in here with this card is saying, do it. Take the time to take the action. Pull in this ram. Whatever Aries reading that we talked about there, I feel like maybe go back and listen to that as well. Maybe has some helpful advice for everybody, because we all have Aries in our chart somewhere. Okay, so that's what we are advised to do collectively. So now I'm going to go into pulling a reading for people. And if you guys, I can't remember, I'm just going to scroll down here, so I better not mess this up here while I'm messing with this. So you guys, I can't remember who was asking me for a reading first, but I'll tell you what, whoever messages me, first now. I'll start with them, and then you guys can go in order. But please just do one at a time, okay? And then when I'm done it, then add yourself, okay? So first person is who? If you just type your name in, then I'll know that somebody type your name in who wants a personal reading. I'm going to pull a card for you, whoever that is. So we'll begin that, okay? Okay, Christina, I'll begin with you. Thank you. Wow, 2 cards came out here, but, oh, wow, this is good. So you have the Magus. You know, I'm going to take this. I wasn't going to, but, okay, just hang on a minute. I'm going to just go back a little bit here. I forgot the person's name already. Isn't that terrible? Christina. Okay, so Christina here. I'm feeling 2 cards did pop out, so I'll take them together. And I'm sensing here that you were mastering an energy. I feel like you were in a third party situation at one point, and you have mastered the energy and have allowed yourself to grow past this. I feel like your finances are starting to improve here, and I feel like you are mastering this. So the Magus is the magician, and this magician cards means that you are mastering what's happening right now. And so it's extremely important for you to go through this next couple of weeks. Well, actually, through this whole Mercury retrograde, if you do the work, I don't know what your sign is, but I feel like paying attention to that and doing that work is really important for you right now. Then and only then will you get the things that you want. I feel like mastering this is so important. So you may be dealing with financial situations right now that you may not feel completely steady at, but you are steady in it. And I want you to know that you're contending with things. That's what I'm feeling. You are contending with money, you're contending with all these situations, and when you do that and you're stable, Christina, I feel like then is where the sweetness comes in. That's where you're able to apply where your soul talents are, and whatever you're doing right now, I feel like it is a path that you were supposed to be on for your work journey, and that's going to help you bring out your soul energy. So whether it is it's a job that you're really liking, it is either it's a stepping stone to get where you need, but I'm really sensing here that this is what it is that you're supposed to connect with for your soul journey, and it is probably what you're supposed to be doing. So I think that's mainly, I don't know what your question is about, whether it was love or not, but that's what's coming out. If it's about love, I feel like you are mastering that, and it is coming in for you, but you must do the work of what we talked about. That's what my guides are saying. So like I said, I don't know what sign it is that you are, but that's what I'm feeling, that you have to do that work. Whatever it is that you are guided to do, and to release that energy so that stability can, when you're by yourself, you can feel that stability, that mastery over, I got this, whether I'm with someone or whether I'm not. And when someone comes into your life, I feel that you can't let them overtake that and let go of the things that you worked hard for, because then what happens is that affinity energy loop does not stay looped. One end gets really big and your end gets really little, and you feel empty after a while. That's another thing that I'm sensing, is you give too much in a relationship too quick, too soon. Let people earn the respect that you want to give them. Give them, of course, but then, people have to, you know what I'm saying, guys? People have to earn each other's respect. And only then can you match the energy and hold that note of that for the relationship. If it's equally exchanged, there's no real effort. The momentum just goes. But when the momentum is, it'll feel like effort for you. If the momentum is like you're giving too much, it'll feel like, oh my God, I'm tired all the time. That's sort of what I'm sensing there for you, Christina. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. Freya, are you the next person? I believe so. So Freya, I'm going to go with you next. And I'll ask after. Okay, so Freya, there is a card for you here. You have the 9 of Cups. That's great. So this is a really great wish card for you. Whatever it is that you're wanting at this time is a really good time to go out and get it. So, I mean, it's a little bit lesser. You may not get exactly what you want here. I feel like it's a little bit less than what you want. Whatever it is that you're going after, it is a little bit less than exactly what you want, but it's getting to where you want. It's on the way to the star. So this is like the lesser star card. So when we have this, that means that your things are starting to manifest. So I would be very cautious if I were you about what you're thinking about. I also feel like this is such an important thing, that when you're trying to manifest something, that maybe I feel like, you know what I'm getting is a vision board would help you. That's what I'm sensing, a vision board of what you want. Okay? That will help you focus, and it will help your I feel like mind gets like distracted very easily. Even when I'm talking, I can feel it in my own brain, and I'm feeling like it gets distracted. So a vision board would really help you focus on what you want. And you might be one of those ones dealing with the moon cycle and manifesting right now the energies that you want. So you know, I feel like I need to pull another card. I'm going to pull 2 cards for people, obviously. This is what's going to go on. So, you know what? It's getting similar energy. You got the Ace of Swords. So, it's whatever it is that you're working with right now, it's manifesting. This is like coming into fruition. So, I mean, it's just a repeat sort of card here. It's actually showing me that it's coming into manifest. So, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but it seems like it's a pretty good thing. And it wouldn't manifest if it wasn't supposed to be in your life for your benefit. That's what I'm feeling here. I hope that helps you. So, next person is it Christina, the next person? Okay, I think maybe I read for Christina already. Sorry. Ashley. Okay. I guess I'm going to be pulling a couple cards for you guys. Not just one. Whoop. You have the 6 of Pentacles here, Ashley. Okay. I feel like what I sense here is that you're waiting on something. I feel like timing is involved here. I feel like I'm going to pull one more card before I say anything. So, the Magus. So, timing is an issue here with whatever it is you're contending with. I feel like you're waiting on like some kind of paperwork. That's what I'm feeling. Some kind of legal, possibly finances or legal paper situation that I'm feeling. I feel like you're supposed to receive something this week. There's something coming on, like some kind of legal paperwork that you're going to be receiving that it helps you move forward and master specific energy. I also feel like you have some type of wisdom going on here behind the scenes that will help you master this energy, and I feel like somebody's trying to keep something from you, and so this is no longer going to be happening. You have the wisdom now of what they're doing, and it's applied, and the time is now to work this karmic situation out. I also feel, you know, what I'm sensing here for you, Ashley, is that you may go away on a trip, and possibly, like, I don't know, it feels very spiritual, a very spiritual place to me. It feels like you go away on some type of a spiritual, possibly a spiritual retreat, but maybe where they have spiritual lands. I don't know. I could be like Brazil, or somewhere where the Mayan ruins are, possibly even. Sort of what I'm sensing here for you, Ashley. You know, I also feel like that you may have been contending with a relationship, a serious relationship that you have broken free from, and you are now not going to allow this type of energy into your life anymore. And I do sense that something is coming towards you on the soulmate level. So I feel like, that's probably not going to come in till about next year is what I'm sensing with this Magus energy and these two together. Probably within about 6 months or so is what I'm seeing. So I hope that was helpful for you. So timing is a thing. So maybe you think that it should happen now, but it's maybe 6 months from now is what I'm sensing. All right, Ashley. I hope that was helpful for you. It's the energy came down very heavy. I have to tell you, the energy came down very heavy, so you may be contending with a lot right now. Okay. If you guys want personal readings, you can always book like personal readings if you need deeper guidance. Okay. So William. You want to know a lot, huh? Whole bunch of cards just came out. All right. Yeah. So you have the Hermit and the Eight of Cups. You may be contending with also past relationships, hurtful ones I'm feeling. And when I see the darkness of this Eight of Cups, then there seems to be like a lot of energy filled with a lot of, I feel like you're hanging on to like a lot of old stuff that you really don't know what to do with this emotional energy. Going in this Hermit card is extremely helpful. I feel like obviously meditation is helpful. You compartmentalize things, I feel, very, very easily. And so when you do that, rather than going and revisiting them through meditation and through contemplation, these things pile up, I feel. And it spills out, I feel like, into different areas, mainly within your relationships. So when you're calling in this soulmate energy, going inward and really sitting and holding what you want, through meditation and calling it in through the mind. I don't know how much you guys know about this kind of thing, but meditation is so important when you to quiet that chatter that's happening in the background all the time. If you think about this, you have like millions of thoughts every second going through your mind. You are computing all kinds of information just by even looking at me. You're looking at everything, all my surroundings. You're looking at words. You're looking at trying to understand me. There's so many things going through your brain right now. And so when you do that and you constantly have that running, these cups get filled up with this sort of mud. But remember, in the mud, this 8 goes up to the 10. So this goes up to the 10 of cups. So you're at the 8. So you've come a long way. You've had these cups filled, so now it's time to release that in the correct fashion. When you can take that mud and look at the lesson, is what I'm sensing, through the Hermit energy. This is the energy of Hermes, the energies that all of the wisdom of the world came from. So think about that. You got the book of knowledge sitting in your brain and the energy of Hermes coming to you saying, look it's time to sit and think about this. Take this muck and grow up into the lotus flower. So if you know about the Kundalini energy, the rising of the Kundalini energy through the snake, it will force the energy, that creative energy that is stagnant in these compartments in the mind, and it'll force that to be like a nurturing food for that lotus flower and that Kundalini energy to rise with a partner. So that's what I'm feeling. So when you contend with this stuff here, then things can move forward for you greatly. And I am feeling like a woman in and around you that has blonde hair as well, that longer blonde hair that you are connecting in with, that allows you this space to heal correctly. That's what I'm sensing. This is a very healing relationship. Either you're in one or you're coming up to one, or it's like I feel like it's new or a refreshed one. So I don't know your situation, so I'm giving you the options there of what I feel. But this Saturn coming in on November 11th, Saturn is going into retrograde on November 11th. So there's a Taurus alignment, and there's a whole bunch of alignments that are happening with it, so I don't get too much into it. But what's happening with this Saturn, this is a little bit of a sweet spot for you to contend with this. It's going to feel like a breeze if you do it right now. That's what I'm feeling like. If you do it right now, so easy. Like if you let it, if you keep burying this, then I feel like it's gonna be problems for you for the next couple of years. But if you do it now, it's over, done with. You got 2 years of freedom to do what you want, and just little minor glitches. I think in the next 2 years, that's sort of what I'm feeling for you, William. Okay, so Jenny, can't forget Jenny. That's my daughter's name. One of my daughter's names. All right, Jenny. You know, guys, it's difficult to do these readings online sometimes because there's really touchy subjects about things. But, you know, I think everybody that's listening can probably apply some of this information to themselves. And people who typically do listen to it, usually there's a message, a little bit of something in there for everybody. And because we all have these placements in our chart. And if we're listening, we're paying attention, our guides are going to talk through us, okay? And they're gonna want to give you messages that they're trying to tell you on a regular basis through all kinds of situations, relationships especially. Okay, so you have Four of Wands and you had the wheel, but the wheel was inverted, Jenny, so I'm going to tell you that I'm sensing here that you may be contending with some negative energies, or it may feel like bad luck. It may feel like people around you are like not on board with you. I feel like you know, I'm going to flip the wheel the other way around because I want you to look at the energy of this. And I sense here, Jenny, that if you can flip this easily around if you look at the good in the people that you may have been that one of the ones that want to listen to the reading about the thought patterns. I can't remember which one it was exactly for, about how you're thinking about people and the thoughts in your quiet time. So this is telling me similar that your thoughts in the quiet time are what's interrupting the relationship around you. So you know, you may not feel very like lucky or like you have some kind of influence or input into the people that you're around. So I feel like now is a time that you need to stop thinking like that, and you need to realize that the person that you are, you do have a lot to offer the people around you. And luck, I'm going to tell you, I feel like good luck is coming in for you after this Mercury retrograde. So when this Mercury retrograde passes, if you can just be patient with yourself and monitor your thoughts and keep them positive, and if you find yourself slumping into negative thoughts, I don't know, I what I'm feeling, you know, like read positive things, go on to positive, like what I'm feeling like I don't want to say meditation because I don't feel you're going to do that, but you may go and listen to funny things, or like switch your thought, like distract your own thought from its own self. Don't let yourself get down those ruts. I feel like you can go down some very deep grooves of depression. I don't really feel necessarily that you suffer from depression, but I feel like you can get that way from circumstantial things, and you may be dealing with that right now. So obviously meditation is good for that. Things like Reiki, I feel like maybe you need some like healing on your aura. I feel like you also need cord cuttings from past situations, that type of energy. So you maybe even some meditations with that kind of thing in it. If you can't get around somebody who can do a physical cord cutting for you, that kind of energy work. That's sort of what I'm feeling. So really monitor your thoughts if you're calling in soulmate energy. If you are with someone, that person may be your soulmate, and you may be contending with some contention there. If you are not, then the contention is within yourself, and you're not going to call that soulmate energy in until you deal with those thoughts. You may notice things like hawks in the sky, in twos. Those are, you may be around some, you may meet someone I feel like you're single, so you may meet someone that you're out in nature and you may see things like hawks. You may be going for a walk in the woods or something of that nature with this person after you meet them for a little while, and you're like on a date or something and you just decide to go for a walk in the woods, and I feel like you see hawks or something like that. So I'd like to, that'd be interesting to know if that comes to be. All right, let me know. All right, Megan. Hey guys, if you guys want to donate, I do have a GoFundMe channel which I'll put up if you like readings and you can afford things. I'm not, asking if you can't, but if you can, I'd appreciate that. It takes a lot of energy to do this, and it is fairly good guidance for the most part for people. My guides are pretty good. I'm pretty lucky that way to have this gift for people to share, and I really enjoy doing it, and I like to continue doing it, so, Anyhow, all right, so, Megan, let's see what's going on with you, sister. Ace of Swords. We've had this Ace of Swords like 3 times come out through this hour. Okay. When I see this, I feel like the energy of Hathor, so the Egyptian goddess Hathor. You may want to look up and see what type of energy she holds. But I feel like it's very healing, very powerful, magical energy. I feel connection with Atlantis. You have had past life connection with Atlantis. You may be awakening to this fact, as a matter of fact, here, Megan, I'm feeling. And you're discovering that you can cut energy out where in the past you were not awoken to that. So, that's interesting. Give me a moment. I also feel like there's some creative energies that are pouring forth from you at this moment. The whole deck wants to come out. Balance. So things have not been in balance, and now things are coming into balance with your thoughts, with your, I feel like, what I'm going to tell you, I feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening. I feel like your psychic abilities are waking up greatly here. And so you may be contending with depressions, you may be having migraines, you may be having health issues, serious health issues. I'm not exactly sure what your situation is, but I'm sensing that. And I feel like now, if you were to be creative, that is what's healing for you. So painting, writing, and creating anything. I don't know what you do. I'm also seeing something with film. I don't know. That's kind of what I see. So there's something going on there, maybe online. I don't know if you're doing something online. Maybe thinking about starting a business. It's a good idea. I feel like those things are going to get you out of where you need to be to put you in the place where you need to be. I'm also sensing that like relationship is something that you're trying to call in. So when you call this energy in, I feel like there's healing that the energy of Hathor is going to bring you, so that you can call in your soulmate energy. And it is there, it's present, it will come in through your lifetime. They're not being very clear, but I feel like you have to do some healing. And with this psychic awakening, it may be disturbing if you have a relationship in on top of that. So I would suggest, really taking some spiritual development courses, if you can. I'll see what I can do to put some free stuff up online on YouTube as much as I can. I have so much that I'm contending with that I feel like, I'll do what I can for people, but, with my classes and stuff, it's obviously more in depth if you guys can manage to do that. But I feel like here, for you, Megan, this is important because as you awaken, it can be disturbing and throw you into depressive states, and sometimes for years it can happen with people. And those of us who have been through, being born, I can tell you, being born psychic, even those of us who are psychic, we have awakenings as well as we go along too, and they're greater, so we know what you guys go through when these things happen. So if you guys are experiencing those physical things like anxiety, depression, lots of migraines, you even could be having heart palpitations, muscle pain, like lots of flus, serious illnesses, guys, okay? Like we're talking serious, like cancers and things of that nature, or real serious intestinal things, problems like that. So when you develop your psychic ability correctly, that does not happen. There is patterns to doing that correctly. And so when you're opening your energy field correctly, those things can't interfere. Like it's a form of psychic attack when too much energy comes in. So I'm feeling here, Megan, that may be something that you want to call in the energy of Hathor. I feel like ancient times you had a connection with this goddess, and she probably walked with you and talked with you and did much with you. So you may have dream recall, you may have much awareness about this, and as this comes out, I'm feeling that it is really pouring forth for you to apply that energy. But the energy is not in the old system. The energy is in the new system, which is the mind, okay? The Aquarian age, we're moving out of the Piscean age, moving into the Aquarian age. And this Aquarian age is opening up energies in the mind. It is flowing sparks of mind. And that's what's sort of happening for you, I'm feeling. Okay? Alrighty. Now, let's see. Is there somebody else? Bonnie. Alright. Few more guys. Here we go. So Bonnie, how are you? Hope that was helpful, Megan. You can PM me later if you have questions about that, because it's pretty important to tell you the truth. Alright, so Bonnie, let's see what's going on here for you. If I can tap into, whoa, flying cards. Excuse me a second. The wheel, you have the wheel in the upright condition. So you have, I feel like, you know, with this alignment that's coming in tomorrow on Monday, I feel like, oh, you have the Eight of Wands. So I feel like you are overcoming a whole bunch of obstacles now. Some good luck is coming in for you this week, so that's really pleasant. I feel like it has to do with some finances, I feel here. I also feel like some celebrations, and I feel like also you have been dealing with some health issues as well. So yeah, I feel like you've overcome these things, these serious things. I feel like the color blue is very important for you. Communication, correct communication. The throat chakra needs like more expression. And so I feel like when you're speaking to people, I want to say like modulation. I'm not sure why that's coming to me, modulation, but I feel like the throat chakra is becoming modulated, like calibrated and modulated. And so maybe you're really paying attention to how you're expressing things lately, and you're working through all of these. I feel like in the past you may not have expressed yourself correctly the way you wanted to, so that people actually heard you. And so now you're going to express what you need to, so people hear you correctly. And when you do that, you're like, it gets you like, hey, I can actually do this. I think I can like speak my mind and people hear me. I feel like, you say something, this is, I feel like what's going on with you. When you're the person that says something, gives somebody a suggestion, and they just don't even like pay attention to you, and then 5 minutes later, or I don't know, maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe the next day another person will say it to them, and they're like, oh yeah, like I agree with you totally, and they have this whole conversation with them, and like you never said anything to them. I feel like, Bonnie, that's you. You're the person that you're like, what? I just said that to you yesterday. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like people were not paying attention to what you really had to say. And because you were unable to express it in your energy. Okay, so now you're learning to do that, so you are going to get that good luck that comes in with that. I feel like if you want to raise, ask for it. You've done some work, so ask for it. If you feel like if you want a relationship, get out there and ask for it. There's nothing wrong with that if you're going after for what you want. And I feel like now's the time to do that. And if you're interested in someone, I feel like you need to express that to them. Yeah? Otherwise, they're not, how are they going to know? They're going to think you're in the friend zone. That's it. Right? Okay, so Mona, I'm going to move on to you. I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, so Mona, I don't know you guys at all, so I'm just, I hope that this is resonating with you in your circumstances. It'd be nice to know if it was, if it does, you know. If I'm really off, tell me, okay? But sometimes when I read, and I'll say this, sometimes when I read, it doesn't make much sense to you in the moment, and then you go back and listen a week later, and you're like, oh, I see now. So give it a week. All right, I ask you that. Okay, so 5 of Cups you have here. So, Mona, you may be contending with some loss. You also have the 9 of Swords. I feel like somebody has hurt you. I feel like you have contended with problems within relationships and have broken up with this person. I feel like you really truly, I feel like have pain in your heart about this, but you're trying to contend with it and move on with your life. I feel like you know, I feel like this person keeps, like, it's weird. I feel like they keep coming around to you though. And I feel like they think they have you under their thumb because you love them. So they're taking advantage. They've taken advantage of your love. And so this also tells me that you need to lay boundaries down within relationships in the beginning of relationships. When you have that idea that something is off, you cannot keep quiet. You have to speak up. You have to speak what is in your mind. Otherwise, that energy will flow through the whole relationship, and you will teach people how to treat you. And it's horrible. People should not be doing this because this is the way it is. But you know, when you give too much, then the only thing left is nothing. Right? So, you know, you can't empty yourself like that. You have to know that you deserve love, and that part of love is receiving love. And a lot of people are very uncomfortable with receiving. They're much more easier at giving. They enjoy the giving part much better. And I mean, sure, everybody wants love. Everybody thinks they want it until they get it. And then when they get it, then it's not what they want, because they don't know where they are. And what I'm sensing, Mona, is a little bit of that, of you discovering who you truly are. Maybe you have contended with everybody else in and around you and what's more important for them before yourself. So I feel like putting yourself forward now is going to be the thing that's key. So self-care, really, really important in order to overcome these obstacles. If it is financial, I feel like you will overcome them, but you're thinking, this card is concentrating on the negative energies. When looking behind you, you have these 2 massive orbits behind you that are feeding you energy, the correct energy, but you're concentrating down here on this. And so when you look up to the heavens and you ask your guides, what do I got to do to overcome this? I feel like this week is you're getting that information. You're going to receive that information from your guides, and you're going to have things are going to be put. I feel like things are going to be put in front of you magically. You're going to be like, this is great. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I feel like things are putting this to you in the right way. So whatever it is you're calling in, it's correct. But you just got to overcome this and look at the positive. And I'm not saying ignore that, you know, negative, because in the past you have, but you used to speak up and do this. But you have to concentrate. Don't get lost in this. Concentrate on that positive, motivating energy of what you want to bring into your life. I feel like it's really, really important that you do that. So turn that frown upside down, kind of what I'm saying, okay, Mona? That's sort of what I'm saying. I hope that was accurate for you. I mean, that's kind of what I'm sensing. So, you know, apply that as it is without having a conversation, a deep conversation. It's kind of hard to, you know, get into it that much. But I feel like you're dealing with a lot of stuff, okay? So, John, we're down to you here. All right. Sorry, I'm poking at the thing, moving the screen, bobbing you guys around. All right. So, John. Oop, 2 cards popped right out here. You have the Queen of Cups and Divine Feminine. Ooh, so if you're not single, I'd be surprised. So you do have something coming in for you, or you are with somebody who is the Divine Feminine. So this is a very healthy relationship coming in for you, John. I feel like this person comes to you wholeheartedly. We've had this cup, Queen of Cups come up a few times. You may want to listen to those readings that this Queen of Cup is in. And so this energy coming to you forward now is so important that it is, I feel like this helps you receive energy. So whoever this person is coming towards you, they're going to help you. I feel like, you know what I'm sensing? It's going to bring you a sense of joy that you're able to apply your money and put your money where it's going to be a good investment. And so this is really an important relationship coming in for you. And it is soulmate divinely guided. So when we have this divine feminine, that means to me that this is growing into divine union. It is not just sitting in soulmate energy. Okay, it's moving into divine union. So that the divine feminine, the receiving divine energy, I feel like the person that you're with is helping you understand the feminine energy a little bit easier. So when you're receiving something from your partner, I feel like this love may be overwhelming for you, and you might shy away from it, and you're like, I don't think I want to put my eyes, it's scary. I don't know. I'm not that kind of, I don't know if I can commit that strongly, but I can tell you, go slow and observe and watch how the person is. Let them bloom in front of you, and you do the same. And I do feel that this divine feminine, so we're both masculine and feminine energy here, okay? So we have, for you, you're a man, so you would be 70% projective energy and 30% receptive energy. You need to learn to receive within relationships, and this person is teaching you that. And what they have to give you, you're more than willing to receive. So this shows great balance to me. So I'm really happy to have that reading for you. That shows very good. And I'm feeling here also your third eye open. So you may have some spiritual awakenings happening within this relationship. So, well, you definitely will, but I mean, like, you personally, within the relationship you will, but then personally you will have your own spiritual psychic development, connection in with your guides come in as well in this near future. I keep wanting to use my mouse to scroll and I can't do it on my phone. Sorry. Just a second here. All right, John, that was for you. Christina. Okay, so I'm just reading through here. I think that we are done. No. Diana, did you want a reading? I can't quite remember. Okay, King, Queens, Forevermore. You want a reading on here, or you want a reading, private reading? You can just PM me and we can set up a time if you want a private one. If you want one on here, I'll pull a card for you in a second. So, Diana, I'm going to pull a card for you now. You have the Two of Wands, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So, this is good energy for you, Diana. I feel like what's come in for you is you're coming out of some difficult turmoil energy. I feel like you have put a relationship behind you that has not served you, but a new one coming in. So that's really good. I feel like even if you are in a relationship, I feel like you've had some difficulties and you're coming out of it. That's one of two options that you have going on here. I feel also that you may be very much into Wicca, and you may have called this energy in, and it is feeling correct to me. So if you have not done that and you are into it, I advise you to do that, because that's what's going to call this energy in correctly. You know, I feel like you might know this person from your childhood, or it is somebody that you have dreamed of from your childhood. Also, I want to tell you to be cautious if you don't want to get pregnant, Diana. I'm feeling like you could easily get pregnant right now. That's what I'm sensing. All right. King, Queen, Forevermore. Alrighty. Don't forget to like it, guys, if you have a moment. If you haven't, it does circulate the video for other people to see as well. So I would greatly appreciate that. It's also a form of support if you cannot do the money thing. Okay, so you know what? All of this feels important to you. So I'm going to pull the 3. The King of Queens, we have the Mercury, so Mercury retrograde right now, extremely important. You have the Page of Wands and the 9 of Wands. You are moving through, I feel like you have come out of a journey here, a little bit of a spiritual journey. I feel like you are entering... You know, you may also here have some Egyptian connection, King of Queens. I feel like you may have, you know, served in a temple at one point in Atlantis, in Egyptian times. Maybe not quite Atlantis, but I feel like in Egyptian times you may have served in temples and have some hidden knowledge there that you can tap into. I feel like this Mercury retrograde, you know, what I'm sensing here is that maybe you've broken up with someone. And I feel like you need a higher spiritual divine union. And right now, I feel like you're thinking about what it is that you want. And you're thinking about, like, moving through the energy from the astral plane. You're, like, trying to go up to the astral plane and pull down this energy of the soulmate union. Sort of what I'm sensing. You may not be consciously doing it, but I feel like subconsciously this is what you're doing. So in your dream time, when you sleep, I feel like you go up and you dream about the type of relationships that you are contending with. And I'm feeling like this also applies with money as well for you right now. So whatever's going on within your relationship, I feel like, you know, I'm not exactly sure if you're with someone or not, but I feel like you possibly could be. So if you are, I feel like the energy is moving to the higher level. It's not just earthly energy, it is divine union energy coming in that I'm sensing for you. And I am also feeling this full moon so that's the 12th, and the full moon, this is also a very important day for you. I do feel like some messages will come in for you through probably on the full moon, on Tuesday. I feel there's something important coming in for you spiritually. You know, these obelisks, I'm also feeling like the pair. So this seems to be like this soulmate journey seems to be divinely guided through this Mercury retrograde. And this, I feel like Mercury is talking about communication, so there may need to be some more communication. Whoops, got this the wrong way. Sorry, guys. I feel like there may be more communication needs to happen within your relationships. You need to be able to express yourself a little bit more to what you really truly want. I feel like you have hidden desires that you have not expressed correctly. Well, I don't want to say correctly, like, I just feel like you just don't know if you want to express it. And so I feel like when you do, it helps your partner know you a little bit deeper. And I feel like they can have that emotional bond with you. And maybe that's what you might be, like, maybe a little afraid of, is that deep emotional bond. So try not to allow that to stop you from going into that soulmate connection. I mean, people don't feel safe, they don't feel safe, but I feel like that's more something from inside of each person. Anybody who doesn't feel safe, that does come from within. If they don't feel safe with another person, it's because they're not knowing themselves enough to put themselves in a situation where they can feel safe. So I kind of feel like you're contending with that right now. You know, putting yourself in safe, comfortable situations where you can express yourself correctly as well. All right, so Jennifer Temple, happy Sunday to you too. I am going to do a reading for you right now. Or did I do one for you? No, I don't think I did. I haven't read all the messages. I'm just kind of at Jennifer. How do I get a reading? How you get a reading is Ask Me Right Now. Okay, so feel like that's too, you know what? I'm going to shuffle again because I feel like that was a little too confusing, those cards for your energy. So, Jennifer. Well, that's interesting. You have lust and you have the Ace of Wands. So, I am feeling here that there is if it's not happening now, it's going to be happening, girl. That's all I have to say. There's some good passion coming in for you, and it is a good way to, I feel like this makes you feel good and you use it in a creative way. I feel like you connect in with higher purposes, and I feel like it's very grounding for you. So you may be feeling some real passion come in your life throughout this week. I feel like some of it may feel like a little bit of a game, cat and mouse. This person I feel like that you're with it wants to experiment a lot, it wants to have fun, and I feel like you do it and you have a lot of fun. So I can get into more detail, but I don't really want to do that online. But I feel like, at the end of the day, I want to say that it's not something that you want to develop into a relationship with. And so it may be a little bit of fun for you right now, but I feel like it's not going to last. And I am feeling like afterwards, you ground, you clear your energy field, and you're like, I just don't know if that person's for me. So I feel like you go your separate ways and you come into somebody, it might be a little while before you connect in with a soulmate, but I would say, this may seem like a long time to you, but I would say within 7 years, there is a period of 7 years that you have energy to work with, to hold the vibration for soulmate energy to come in. So if you were just, also I feel like if this is not you, it could be something coming at you like this. So you have to contend with however that is. I mean, I'm not having a conversation with you as, asking you questions as I would in a personal reading, but I'm feeling those situations come for you and that you can contend with this in the correct fashion. And there's healing for you. It's like, I feel like lack of trust to a certain extent with people. So you may find yourself taking risks and trusting people and then discovering that they're not really trustworthy. So take some more time to get to know someone, I feel. But I mean, if that's all you're after, that's fine, whatever you want to do. But at the same time, these energies can rob you of your vital life force energy after a while if you continue this behavior. So, I mean, a little bit of fun, there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like committed relationships are more like growth worthy of where it is that you want to be. So I feel like when you release this energy to the correct degree within relationships, then it brings in a whole lot of fun for you. Okay, and I sort of feel like either, maybe even this person may want to, that you're dealing with may want to develop into a relationship, but I don't know how much you really want that. So I feel like you kind of go with somebody else. It's not always the passion that's the important thing. I feel like after a while you kind of lose interest in how the way they are. So, you realize it's not good for you and you move on to something that is much more peaceful for you is what I'm sensing. All right, so William, did I do a reading for you? I'm just going to go up here. Oh my God, Megan, you just had surgery. That's so funny. I did not know that. Alright, so I'm just going to keep scrolling because I got to see here. It's going to keep going down. Oh, you're very welcome, King of Queens. That's very good. So I want to know, I think the last person that I'm supposed to read for is... Oh, Mike. Me. All right. I'll read for you, Mike. Sorry, Mika. The wording is small, and I apparently need glasses, so Mika, I will read for you. You have the Ten of Swords, so you may be contending with a lot of pain right now. Oh, hang on a minute. What did I do? Haha. Sorry, I flipped you around by accident. There, you're back. Flipped you around. Sorry about that. Okay, so you have the Ten of Swords. You may be contending with a great deal of pain, breaking. How is this possible that I'm not going to take that card. It's the same card that popped out before for the other reading. That's just crazy how I'm shuffling and shuffling and all the same cards are popping up. So weird. All right, so you might. That is impossible. All right, you gotta have it now. So, okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. We had these two before. I just shuffled and I shuffled again. There's a third time now, so this must be for you. You might want to go back and listen to that other one too. So, I'm feeling here that you have had a lot of pain. I feel like maybe the person that you were with had a third-party situation going on. I feel like this is I feel like you're done with this. Like it's over, but the feelings are still raw and still there, and so you're contending with trying to get that energy out of your energy field. Tell you the truth, that's pretty much strongly what I'm feeling. Is like you keep thinking about things, and you're like stuck in that rut in the pattern of the mind. It seems to be a theme going on for a lot of people these days. Not just you or those of you who are listening. It seems to be through this reading. It seems to be through a lot of energy. So what gets people out of that energy is meditation. It creates new neurological pathways. It uses both sides of your brain correctly. And so when you do things like binaural beats, then what happens is the both sides of the brain work correctly, and then you have that calm feeling, that peaceful feeling, the extended feeling of how that I don't know if you're into meditation at all, but when you do, you have that peaceful sort of euphoric feeling going on. And I'm sensing that in order to leave this behind, you must discipline your mind so that it comes to that peaceful resolution. You can't put your self-worth into what somebody else has done or is doing. And I feel like that's something that maybe, if I feel like there's two things going on here. I feel like at one point you're contending with that and you're okay with it, you're relaxed with it, and at other times it really bugs you. And when it really bugs you, it is a form of psychic attack. And so you want to push that energy away, and you want to say to that person, I don't want to think about you, like, get out of my mind, literally get out of my mind. Say it out loud, speak it, and every time you catch yourself thinking about that, pull that out of you, okay? And I feel like, look at that, Ten of Pentacles. This card popped out. I'm going to pull it for you because this card popped out like twice before, and I can't believe the amount of cards are coming out twice here. But, so I want to touch on it, and I feel like, with this, there is an ascension process that you're going through as well. It seems to me like this group here does have a lot of ascension processes that they're going through spiritually. So you may be also suffering some of those physical ailments that you're that we talked about before, the migraines and that sort of thing. So if you're experiencing that, then the third eye, I feel, is awakening. All the chakras and the Kundalini energy is rising as well. So that will, meditation will help you contend with that energy. I was feeling like maybe someone was coming in for you. So I do feel like maybe at this time it's kind of on hold, because I feel like you have some expression to do still with the person that this third party situation was going on with. So I feel like you have to settle it, you have to talk to them about it still. That's what I feel. But you know, in the distance, on top of it, I have like the king of sorry, the knight of cups. So I do feel like true love is coming to you. I also feel like the love was there, but it's like they may be just immature in many ways in their emotional development, and so they didn't know how to contend with talking to you. So what do and go and bring it somewhere else? But I feel like, guess what? You cut this off. You are the queen. You're the one that says, no, 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 no. I am fire and I will be moving on from this. I feel like, I feel like your relationship, if you are in a new one or just recently started one, I feel like the relationship that you have is very peaceful. Like the soulmate energy is very peaceful. You're gonna be happy. You're going to be happy soon. I feel strongly you're going to be really happy soon, okay? All right, Jordan. Let's move on to you. You have the Seven of Swords. After this reading, guys, I'm going to close it down, okay? Thank you very much for joining me, but I have to, just so you guys know, because I'm getting a little bit tired. I've been going at this all day. We have the Two of Wands and we have the Seven of Wands. So, okay, I'll give you one more I'll do after this one. Okay, so Two of Wands, I feel here, the Seven of Swords. So you are looking at some, so I just have to scroll down a little bit here for a second. So Jordan, I feel like you are looking at reflections of yourself. I feel like you've done a lot of inner work. You're seeing the true self of who you truly are. And I am sensing here that you call in somebody here. Like there's a relationship coming in here for you. So I don't know if you're with someone or not, but I'm sensing you're possibly not. And so you're calling someone in. And it does feel like maybe there may be a little disruption going on in their life that you're moving quickly towards. So they may be like, I feel like they have like some family, like family issues, maybe dealing with settling some money stuff. I don't know, like maybe there was another relationship or maybe something like that. But anyways, whatever it is that they're contending with, that you walk in the middle of it, and there's like, you guys just meet and you click. That's what I'm sort of feeling. And so then with that, I feel like when you're going to this person, there's going to be some disruptions, but because you've done this inner work, you're not letting their reflection, this nonsense, reflect onto you. And so it's really important that you're no longer allowing that in your life, okay? That's what I'm feeling. I also feel like this person wants to come back and you may be tempted to go back. Well, seems to me that would be asking for trouble. That's what it feels like. All right, let's just see what's going on here. Okay. Oh, you're very welcome, Mika. I'm glad that you liked it. So, let's see. You have the Hangman. Whoop. Hang on a second. You have the Hangman and the High Priestess. So, you may be waiting a little while. Pregnancy, love. I feel like you're in this energy, this High Priestess energy mode. You understand yourself to a certain degree. I also feel like there's hidden energies here that that you don't know why that you have to wait a little bit. I feel like, you know, if you jumped in with somebody right now, I feel like that this is the wrong move for you and a pregnancy, because you want, like, those, obviously people want family, want love, all those things, but I feel like if you jumped into this would not be beneficial for you. I feel like you need to wait. I think you need to wait a while. I feel like a 2-year period is when you're going to have children. So I feel like developing a solid foundation within love for you is so important, and it does start with the self, and I feel like you've got that and you see it, you're awakening to it, and you're starting to set your sights on something that you want, like the type of relationship that you want. I feel like you've been through some things, but there is some kind of hidden energy here that is preventing you from doing it now. So you may have to just do a little bit of inner work about, like, maybe I'm sensing like your spiritual connection to self, and like your inner secrets. Like, it's the time to pull out your inner secrets. You may have hidden from the world some of your talents as well, Itzy here. So you know, what I'm feeling here is maybe a biological clock ticking, rather than the conscious decision to say, hey, I have met somebody that I want to share the rest of my life with, and I think children would be a good idea. So it's like you're putting the horse before the cart. I mean, energetically, I'm not saying you do that in life, but I feel like energetically you're doing that. So when when people are pulling these things from the astral, there comes a sort of, like, I want to say, like a desperation, and I'm sorry if that sounds insulting. I'm not trying to say that, but there sort of comes with that this sense of, I must have it. And when it's like that, it actually repels the energy rather than magnetically attracts it. Here, when you know what you are, and maybe that's some of the secret I'm feeling behind. If for the most part, I don't think you think like that, but I feel like in quiet moments, there may be some feeling like, I don't really know if I deserve this. Will I ever meet this person? Will I ever be good enough for somebody? So there's some negative self-thought patterns going on there that when you pick them out, then you can see clearly to when you need to stop, when you need to come out of this hangman energy. I'm like, just may feel like you're in the driest desert of all right now. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's a real dry spell for you with love. And it's because you have to contend with this. And you know, the next 2 years, Saturn going retrograde allows you to work through these issues correctly, because when you do, like, I feel like you may start something there before that, and I would caution. I feel like you should be cautioning on the pregnancy part. Like, not so soon. Sorry for the yawn there. Like, not so soon. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. And so, just take protection. Like, as the high priestess, you know, when you're receiving that energy, what are you receiving? You're building karma with somebody. You're bringing another person to that world. It's not just like what it's going to feed you, and obviously, you know that. But like, I feel like watch that a little bit. That seems to be, you know, where it can go off, and your guides are like that's where they're showing me where things could falter, is through that, you know, wanting it so much without the patient waiting. So see, maybe someone you've met or someone that you're going to meet soon may not be like the exact partner, and so you sit and you observe and you watch, and then you go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that because I see now. I feel like the person may be dealing with, like, maybe that you're contending with may have substance abuse that it doesn't look like that, but I feel like they do. Or, you know, there's some type of addiction there going on, and I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I feel like there's something going on there. So just be cautious and just watch, and go slow, right? And watch the pregnancy situation is what I'm seeing for now. All right. So people, that's it for me for the night. I'm exhausted. Had a long day, been up since like 4 in the morning. So I'm going to get some sleep, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening if it's evening, and a wonderful day if it's day, wherever you are on the planet. And I hope you get to join me again soon on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. I will be going live again, doing a fairy tale unveiling. It is the last segment. It is for the future. I've done, if you haven't had a chance to see them, you can go on my videos on Moonlight Divine, and there's 2 videos. One is the past, one is the present, and that was last week. And then this Wednesday I will do the future, and then in the evening I'm going to do another one, live readings. and I'll go live again on Friday at 4. Okay, so all that information is up on my page somewhere. So scroll through, and I hope you enjoy your evening, and thank you again for joining me, and thank you for all of your likes and support. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, have a great evening. Bye for now.